Hi everyone, welcome to Business. My name is Darryl Kwao. Some businesses are observing the National Day of Fasting and Prayer. The spiritual exercise was declared by President Akufo-Addo to see God's face in the fight against the spread of the coronavirus. JoyNews' Nanaya Ojima has been monitoring how the business community in the Ashanti region is observing this day. He's currently at Kumasi's popular spare parts market. And Nanaya, if you can hear me, how has the observance of the National Day of Fasting and Prayer affected trading activities?
All right, so earlier this morning, I reported that most of the shops at Tech Junction and some shops at the Central Business District had locked up to observe the day. But it's different here at the Swami Magazine Industrial Enclave. Most of the shops, about 95% of the shops here are open for business. But interestingly, patrons are not walking in to buy. I have with me one of the traders here. Let me speak to him briefly, sir. But an extent of business here.
Oh, another business is slow. A pre-emra, Yarea, a baby, no. Another president, yes, he was saying, young queer could to join him near Mompai and Sumping and Coupon, said a bear. Area, other things we are seeing now, Como, this free and Sonintino. The pre-emra, I had no extra bandy. Ama and near my business and so that and go through.
So what he has been telling me is that business has been very slow, and since the COVID-19 pandemic broke in Ghana, business hasn't moved as they expect, and especially today being a day for fasting and prayer, business is extremely slow compared to the previous days.
Thank you very much, Nanaya Ojima. Well, let's take a look at some news from elsewhere. The U.S. President Donald Trump and the Senate have agreed a massive economic relief package worth more than $1.8 trillion. The package includes money to bail out industries that have been affected by the coronavirus crisis. Joining me in studio to discuss this, Philip Namfuri. How critical is this package?
Yeah, Darryl, this is very important. I mean, the U.S. is an economic powerhouse. When the virus broke, we saw a bit of laxity in how they dealt with it. Then we had the first Federal Reserve cut and subsequent cuts, and then the bond buying program. So we've had monetary stimulus that came from the U.S. Central Bank. Now what we have is the fiscal stimulus, what's coming from the government. That's the cabinet, like you said in your introduction. And we're talking about over $2 trillion in terms of tax breaks and spending cuts. Now, in the $2 trillion, I beg your pardon, there's $500 billion that's going in loan guarantees to companies. There's $350 billion that's going to aid small businesses. And there's $1,200 in checks that's going to middle income to low income families. So if you are rich in the US, you don't qualify for this. Middle income to low income earners.
And they say that if the US sneezes, the world catches a cold. And so what's going to be the trickle down effect for economies like ours who largely depend on bigger markets like the US?
I was about to crack a joke, but I think I'll just keep my joke with the
in the days of coronavirus, right? Right.
Yeah. So the US markets, financial markets, form an important component of the entire financial system. Remember, the 2008 financial crisis started with the collapse of Lehman Brothers and AIG, and that triggered a global financial crisis. With markets all in the red across the world, right now we're seeing a pickup in Asia because of the China story with regards to no or virtual no cases in there. But in the US, most of the US companies have hands across the world. So if things are going to go well for the US economy, then all things being equal, let's assume this virus is brought under control. It should bode well for us. But we can see earlier on today that the markets were moving. Thank you positively. Very much. Yeah. So we can see that this is good. But in there, I think I should also state that in there, there's an oversight mechanism for who gets what money. Two, if a company gets this money, there's a ban on stock buybacks. You know, in the US, they are fond of going to buy back their stocks, which will raise the price of their this thing. As you can see in there, most of the markets, the indexes in the US are in the green. That shows generally how they've gone up over the course.
We just have 60 seconds to wrap up.
Sure.
I just want to, as we talk about this, I'm just also thinking about our situation here in Ghana and calls by businesses for some stimulus of the sort. Is that going to happen, do you think?
For us, we are trying our best. Like we said earlier on, we're going to get the IMF funds, all things being equal. We are trying our own monetary stimulus, what the Bank of Ghana has done. But before I go, Darryl, the U.S. total stimulus is just $6 trillion, which is only 30% of their GDP.
All right, and we'll talk about it on the marketplace in about 20 minutes. That's at 1 o'clock. Do join us at 1 p.m. then. My name is Darryl Powell.